What do offshore trusts in the Caribbean, centuries-old banking contracts, and wine cellars in Bordeaux have in common? They're all part of how the Rothschild family turned one Frankfurt coin dealer's fortune into an empire that spans 7 generations, 5 continents, and depending on who you ask, over $1 trillion in assets. No headlines, no scandals, just quiet, deliberate control. This is Quiet Money Files. Before the skyscrapers and private equity deals, the Rothschild story began in the cramped alleyways of Frankfurt's inner city. In the late 1700s, Mayer Amschel Rothschild started as a coin dealer, sharp, meticulous, and ambitious. But what set him apart wasn't just his eye for value, it was his vision. He didn't want a local business, he wanted a dynasty. So he did something no other banker had done. He sent each of his 5 sons to a different financial capital, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples, and Frankfurt, to build the first multinational banking family. They didn't just share a name. They shared a strategy, constant communication, unified interests, and zero dilution of control. By 1815, the Rothschilds weren't just rich, they were central to the financial system of Europe. Power fades without structure. The Rothschilds understood this early. In 1810, they drafted one of the most advanced partnership agreements in history, built not just to make money, but to preserve it across generations. The rules were strict: marry within the family, no outsider ownership, and absolutely no sons-in-law allowed. Women had influence behind the scenes, but never on paper. Every safeguard aimed at one thing: consolidation. This wasn't just business, it was bloodline strategy. Fast forward to today, Rothschild & Co. still operates under a family-controlled managing partner structure. No boardroom coups, no hostile takeovers, just disciplined control, passed down like an heirloom. For most families, wealth is a possession. For the Rothschilds, it's an architecture. Offshore trusts, layered holding companies, anonymous foundations. Baron Ely de Rothschild alone established over 20 trusts and 10 shell companies, each connected like a financial spiderweb stretching from Geneva to the Caribbean. The structure is as important as the assets inside it. At the top, Paris Orléans SCA, a public company with a private truth. The family controls the votes. Through trusts and partnerships, they retain power without exposure. Every generation inherits not just wealth, but legal insulation. Wealth isn't just protected, it needs to grow, quietly and over generations. Enter the Rothschild investment engines. RIT Capital Partners, founded by Lord Jacob Rothschild, manages billions across public and private markets. With a mandate for patient global diversification, it's designed to weather storms and outlast cycles. Then there's the Edmond de Rothschild Group, 184 billion Swiss francs under management, a private bank with public reach. From corporate finance to private equity, they operate in over 30 countries, guided by one idea: we don't chase returns, we build legacies. Together, these platforms form the family's financial heartbeat, beating steadily through revolutions, recessions, and renaissances. The Rothschild name opens doors, but the family's true power is knowing when to keep them closed. For centuries, discretion has been a shield, protecting wealth, reputation, and influence. While others chased headlines, the Rothschilds mastered controlled visibility. Their philanthropy follows the same principle: impactful but quiet. Through foundations and venture philanthropy, they fund education, the arts, climate initiatives, and social innovation, but without the PR fanfare. Their giving isn't about applause, it's about alignment, with values passed down, not posted. This isn't performative wealth, it's purposeful stewardship. What does it really take to preserve wealth across 250 years? The Rothschilds didn't just build a fortune, they built a framework. Endogamy to keep assets in the family packs to prevent fragmentation, trusts, offshore structures, and layered corporate governance to shield capital from taxation and risk. But money wasn't the only thing they safeguarded. They institutionalized values, education, discretion, long-term thinking, and passed them through generations like assets. The real lesson: financial capital fades without intellectual and cultural capital beside it. Wealth survives when it's taught how to. In a world obsessed with making money, the Rothschilds mastered something far rarer: keeping it. For over 2 centuries, they've weathered revolutions, recessions, and regimes, not because of luck, but because of structure. The family didn't just adapt to change, they planned for it. Discreetly, strategically, relentlessly. And while conspiracy theories swirl and myths multiply, the truth is more impressive. They built a system where wealth wasn't just inherited, it was engineered. This is the Rothschild blueprint. And for those building dynasties today, it's worth studying.